Hi everybody, it's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and it's time for another early morning book review. And today we will be reviewing The Mystery of Crooknose. Now, I honestly can't remember what I gave this on Goodreads, and I didn't take the time this morning to look it up because I have to get ready for work and everything like that. But I'm pretty sure I gave it a 3, maybe a 4. Okay, it says it's another Mystery House thriller, and we are starring Jin, her name is Virginia, they call her Jin, and Red, which is her newspaper writer, fiance. And so let me set it up for you. There's a writers' conference at an inn called Crooknose, and Red is already there. Oh, my voice this morning, I'm so sorry. Red is already there, and he is there to report on the writers' conference because they have several people there that are famous and everything like that. So he's there to report on it. So he invites Jin to come down with him to the writers' conference. Well, of course, the very first thing that happens is they find a dead body. But the dead body is, now this is key, pay attention. The dead body is found face down in a creek. Whereas the person who found the dead body, she's a painter, she's the person who found the dead body, testifies that when she found the dead body, he was face up in the creek. So somebody had to have moved him between the time she went to call for help and the time that the sheriff arrived and they discovered him and everything like that. Now, I'm not going to go into the mystery of it because the mystery of it wasn't really that good. It was about plagiarism, and it was about, if you have someone who is a nobody, but they have this really talented way of writing, and you're a talented writer, but you're kind of dried up and everything like that. I mean, what links would you go to get that next bestseller? Well, you might just reverse. You might revert to murder, which is what happened in this case. But one of the reasons that I liked the book was the relationship between Jin and Red. They had a very believable relationship to me. They kissed a couple of times, but most of the time they were not tied at each other's hips. This was, let's see what the copyright date on this was. It was by Laura L. Douglas, who I've never heard of. Copyright 1963. So Jen, our female lead, she's really more of the detective than Red is because she's, kind of moves in and out of the circles of people and gets the information and then reports back to Red. But they did not stay attached at the hip. There wasn't a lot of, I love you and you're in danger and I miss you and everything like that. They just kind of did their own thing. Like I said, they kissed a couple of times. A couple of times he told her that she looked good and everything like that. But for the most of the time, they were very independent of each other. And I loved that. I thought that was wonderful. I mean, because it reflects, to me, it reflects on what a good marriage is. And in a good marriage, you don't want to be so obsessed with each other. I mean, you want to care about each other, obviously, because it would be bad to not care about your partner. But at the same time, Jin had her own interests. Red had his own interests. Red had a job that he had to keep up with. He had to turn in copy and everything like that. And Jin wasn't like, oh, spend time with me and everything like that. Nor was Red the jealous type because, Jin would she wouldn't go out with other men, but she would, because they were all sort of in this inn called Crooknose, but she would go and have dinner when he was doing copy. and everything like that with other people and all that kind of stuff. And it was no big deal because they trusted each other and they cared about each other enough to understand that the other one had priorities and life things that they needed to do. And I just loved that. I thought it was wonderful. I don't know that I'll read another one. The conclusion was so convoluted and so hard to, I mean, they stretched a lot, they reached a lot in order to make the conclusion make sense and everything like that. And then we had people accusing Jin of murder, which didn't really make any sense and everything, because these people just saw her talking to someone and then that person got killed, but the person was talking with other people. So anyway, the ending was pretty disappointing. I mean, if I had cared that much, I would have paid more attention. But really, what I cared about was the relationship between Jin and Red. And I thought for 1963, it was very, very progressive. And it was great. She's one of my favorite characters, I have to say. Jin is going up there in one of my favorite female characters. And I may do an original tag. I don't know, I can't even do the tags that people tag me on at the moment. But I may do original tag about interesting female characters unless somebody's already done it. So somebody let me know if you've already done it, because I don't want to be a copycat. Anyway, that's all I have to say. We've had beautiful weather here in Okie Dokie. New job's going well. It is just a job though, so, you know, I'm not going to get taken in like I was last time thinking that, oh, it's a career and everything like that. No, it's just a job. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic Wednesday, and I will check you later.